Today we are going to have a look at this incredible knife. This is a knife made by a couple of knife makers. They are together known as Random Knives. And to me, this is a really, really beautiful knife. I'm sure this knife will spark different opinions in terms of beauty, but especially in terms of function. Let's be honest, this was not made to be used in the field as a chopping tool or for batoning, but probably it is made for the soul. Look at the lines that are in this beautiful knife, and at least some of you might agree with me that this is at least special, very, very original, and for sure, at least in my opinion, really beautiful. The two talented knife makers are Argentinian, and they make very different knives, from art knives like this one to more functional, practical knives and beautiful sanmai. I suggest you to go and check their Instagram page. The reason why I wanted to be a little bit artistic, although I'm not an artist at all, with the flower and be a little bit hippie, is because this knife has colors similar to that beautiful flower. And I'm going to show you more into the details, because the color of the guard, that strange guard that you might see already, it is really special. It is not easy to make, and it is basically forged with the steel, is recreated while heating up the steel. And so the beautiful color assumes even patterns that are typical of the steel. The Damascus and the guard, the handle, they are all very carved and really in a strange shape. You will notice for sure the transition between what is might be called a ricasso, or let's say the transition between the blade and the handle is very unusual, and that is all covered by the guard. And I know that it is strange, but the guard itself, I will show you later on, it is very functional actually. It would not be too bad to be used maybe with a different design, but even in more practical knives. So I'm going to show you a little bit the guard itself, and I hope I can show you the beautiful color, but not just the color, but the pattern that is achieved by the way it is forged the steel. And as you can see, it is not all one dimensional color, but has different shades, different patterns that are reflective of the way that the color sticks into the steel while it is heated. The strange shape, now I'm going to remove this beautiful flower. The strange shape of this guard is not only difficult to achieve, but gives to the knife a sort of a blossoming flower. That's the other reason why I use the flower. It is like it is the leaves of a flower that are covering then the blade that is coming out and is blossoming out of it. And the overall feeling is of a dynamic and gentle blade. The guard, as I was telling you, is strangely, it's not just strange, but it's strangely very useful. Look at how ergonomic it is while I'm holding the blade. And, you know, it is a sort of strange feeling when you use this guard for the first time, because you are afraid of going into the blade, because the blade is below your fingers, but they are very well guarded from the cutting part of the blade, and is actually very ergonomic. and you feel very connected to the blade. It would not be too bad to you have this kind of feeling even in a more functional and practical blades. I would love to have this kind of feeling while you do feather stick for the firewood. And the handle is, if I want to show you even the handle, because the wood has beautiful um, pattern. Even the wood, it feels almost a pattern of a leather, and the curves that are achieved, and I have to remind you, all this is achieved by hand. I mean, free movement of the wood into something that is carving it. So it's not easy to be symmetrical and be so smooth. There is no angle apart from these parts, but if it's all a flow of lines or curves that are going from the bottom of the handle all the way to the guard, and even the blade. Look at the blade. The shape of the blade reminds of Persian a little bit, fighter, and something in between, let's say. The curve that is usually here and is not guarded is all in together with the guard, even the bottom part. This, I'm gonna put it back. This is a blade that will be one of the main attraction of the upcoming exhibition that I'm organizing. So here a little bit of promotion. The upcoming exhibition is gonna be called Sharp Art. Not very original as a name, but it gives the idea of what I want to achieve with this exhibition. It's going to be just knives of really talented knife makers from very well-known knife makers like us brothers to lesser known but still super talented makers. The random knives with this knife will for sure be a stunning piece and people stopper for sure. I suggest you to come and try for yourself this beauty, and if you have the time, come and see it in the Sharp Art exhibition. I hope you will love this one as much as I do, and as usual, ciao!